Well, say, how are you all this evening of your time as you create time to exist? Are you all alive? Yes. Thank you very much. We will begin this interaction this evening of your time with the following entitlement: your heart's desire. Do understand that you are all, in that sense, created from the same material. What you may label the white light of infinite creation, which is, in a sense, light as you know it, but much more than simply the fine bandwidth that you label light. Indeed, if one were to ascribe, shall we say, an emotionality to the idea of this light, it would be ecstasy, joy, never-ending, ever existing joy and ecstasy. For that is what you are all made of. What you label God, which we prefer to call all that is, indeed is, in that sense, this white homogeneous light, and does break in that way itself down to the beings you all are. You have within your biblical literature the saying that you have been created in the likeness of God. But do you all actually know what that means? God, or all that is infinite and eternal. That means, by convention, you are also infinite and eternal. You are sparks from this light in that way, if you will. The idea of what you may label the quote unquote descension of this light into the beings that you are did occur, colloquially speaking, when God, or all that is, had a desire to know itself, in that sense, more fully. Therefore, understand that when all that is has a desire, that desire is automatically manifested. The desire in and of itself is a two-sided coin that brings along, shall we say, on the other side, all the abilities, all the tools, all the facilities to fulfill that desire. As we have said, you are made in the image and likeness of all that is. Therefore, by extension, your desires are available to you. The idea again being that there is not one-sided creation. Therefore, understand that in the same way that all that is needs simply desire to create, this is also the mechanism, if you will, that you create by. You do not have, in that sense, a desire which you are not able, by definition, to fill. The desire in and of itself is your message that you do, in fact, contain anything necessary to fulfill that desire. All you need do is believe it, for you already automatically create your entire reality from what you believe to be most likely. Therefore, if you do believe in the dangling carrot scenario, that the purpose in existence is for you to have desires which you can never obtain, in that sense, that is but a belief. If you believe it, you will, and I mean will, experience that effect. But that is not the only definition of reality. Reality is anything you will believe it to be most likely. You will experience the effect of your belief. So I now submit to you the following idea. You need simply determine your truest desire. Your heart, in that sense, your heart's desire. then you will enable yourself to see most clearly your purpose. Many in your society, when communicating with us and our respective civilizations, ask us, what is my purpose in life? Give me a sign of my purpose. You may look at the idea of desire as, in a sense, that sign, that purpose. You may also link the idea that when a particular scenario does excite you, that is an indication of your desire. We have spoke when communicating with your civilization many times about the idea that excitement is a barometer, an individualized facility, tool that enables any individual to see what it is that they chose to be in this lifetime. For we have defined excitement as the vibratory energy which is most indicative of what it is you chose to be within this life. So we find that many individuals, when looking for their sign, see a desirous or most exciting thing, tap them on the shoulder and say, not right now, I'm looking for my purpose. All right. But understand that that is a reflection of who you are most truly. And again, the mere having of the desire is your indication that you do contain the ability to manifest it. Infinite creation does not tease you in that regard. Again, it is not a dangling carrot which keeps moving further out if you will now choose to view that it is not. For many individuals do create that reality. But you will get the evidence from whatever reality you create. For believing is seeing and not the other way around. So therefore, by convention, you will always see what you already believe. If you wish to change your belief, change what you see, then simply change the belief. If you do not, you can only, by definition, continue to see the same thing. When in fact you do change your belief, you will no longer view what appears to be the same thing in the same way. And that is what will begin to deliver the new effect. For realize, all situations, every situation is fundamentally neutral, blank, zip. In that sense, a set of elaborate props. You assign the meaning from whatever belief system you are currently within. The effect you get out of this neutral set of props is determined by your label. Negative label in, negative effect out. Positive label in, positive effect out. And this works, as you say, across the board, without exception. There are, shall we say, incidents or occurrences which may be more or less in or within the idea of integrity. However, they can all be viewed as neutral. And when you will but allow yourself to view them as such, you will enable yourself the opportunity to get any effect you wish. Negative, you get negative. Positive, you get positive. Therefore, when you do desire something, simply when recognizing you contain all the facilities to, in a sense, manifest that desire, move with that belief. In any given moment, from the things that are available to you, use which excites you the most out of the choices as your method to proceed. This will begin the straightest path, as you say, between 2 points, the shortest distance, if you will, between 2 points, and lead you to your ultimate desire or excitement most quickly. And again, you are extensions of God. and therefore have microcosmic versions of that macrocosmic expression. Therefore, grant yourself your heart's desire. Understand that you do deserve it. You are worth it. And these are the key issues which do allow individuals to grant themselves their desires, grant themselves their excitement. Are you worth it? From our perspective, by definition, you are. And the reason being because you are created unconditionally. You did not have to do anything to exist. Therefore, by convention, ultimate creation believes that you deserve to exist. Treat yourself with the same respect and understand that you can proceed with the viewpoint, with the emotional knowingness that you do deserve all that you do desire within integrity. For a moment, we will digress to define that our definition of integrity is not the moralistic integrity, but simply the recognition of integration. Integration simply meaning that everything is all one thing, one substance, one event, if you will. Therefore, if you know, truly know, that you are one with everything, you will act as though anything you do is what you are doing to yourself, and act with the respect toward everything that you do desire from everything. In that sense, again, it is all one event. You are part of that event. Acting with recognition that this is so is what we mean by integrity. So we attach that label to the idea of excitement as a barometer when functioning within integrity. Doing what excites you the most at any given moment. This is the key to creating your life the way you prefer. By already owning what you have created, whether or not you prefer it, this is what will allow you to change it. You cannot change what you do not own. The moment you are willing to look at it from the perspective that I created it, I chose it, and will allow yourself to see how it is serving you, that is acting like you own it. It is not thoughts per se that create the physicalized reality. Thoughts do have substance. They are, as you have labeled in your society, things. But it is the actions that you take, having those beliefs, those emotions, those thoughts, that actually physically creates the concrete reality. So therefore, you create your reality through your beliefs because you act as though you have those beliefs. And it is those actions which create the reality. By simply recognizing that you have a belief which no longer serves you, in that sense has become obsolete, you are owning it. By denying you have it, you are not owning it and therefore cannot change it. So step one would be to establish your already existing beliefs. When you will do that, you can then give yourself the opportunity to decide whether or not you wish to continue to choose to have those beliefs. But because you have created the idea of a subconscious, many times you tuck many ideas in this artificial construct. And you will have the opportunity by simply desiring it to have them flush to the surface, own them, admit that you do have them as beliefs, and then make the conscious choice to change them if that is what you desire. Again, though, the trick being, once you do establish your beliefs, once you do determine whether or not those existing beliefs fall within your desires, serve you to help you to obtain your desires, and change those that do not, the very simple final step, very simple, listen up, you might miss it, is to simply then, with the new beliefs in place, act that way. And that is all there is to changing your entire reality. Now, we do not mean there are not many other ways. We do not mean to suggest that there are many, infinite amount of processes you can embark upon which will have the same effect. But the idea is that many of you have expressed to us that you wish for these changes to happen most quickly. Therefore, there is no accident that you are here in this interaction to share in this information. Recognize that you can simply determine your beliefs, establish where they stand according to your desires, change those beliefs which no longer serve you, and act as though you are already a person with the new beliefs, and you will, by definition, be in that moment already, not going toward, already in that reality. And you will accept nothing as evidence that this is not so. Simply anything that comes in, again, rather than why is this happening to me, that is not owning it. How is this serving me exactly how I have created it? Now that is ownership. And that, paradoxically, allows you to then change it. You can use anything that happens within your reality as an opportunity in this regard. Any emotion that you do have can also be used in this regard. We had earlier stated the idea that everything is fundamentally neutral. You may also, if you wish, we won't force you, view your emotions as neutral, rather than immediately assigning a label. Oh, that is very bad. That is a bad way to feel. You can use your emotions as opportunities to flush to the surface your current belief systems, thereby giving you the strongest opportunity to change them. So next time that you do experience what you label negative circumstance, negative emotionality, put on the brakes, as you say, in your reality. It is quite obvious what is negative about it. That is the path of least resistance, sensing it in that way according to the beliefs ingrained in you in your society. What we are now suggesting is that you look at the emotions, the circumstance, and describe the statement. How is this serving me exactly how it is? If it's a circumstance, if it is an emotion, you may simply say, what must I still be believing to have that emotion? That is how you will bring to the surface your beliefs. And then you will take what you have labeled the worst of life, negative emotionality, and glean positive from it. Everything in that sense will then be an opportunity. And this is how one may begin to motivate their life according to their heart's desire. It is that simple. The statement that it is not that simple is also simply a belief. Therefore, if you wish to have it be that simple, simply state that it is, and then act as though it is. Not letting anything dissuade you, but simply draw your attention to what you need to still look at to continue to create your reality according to preference rather than automatically. Therefore, at this timing, it is our desire, our truest heart's desire, to communicate with your society in this fashion. For various reasons, we choose to communicate in this way. So the idea is that the information will be what is focused upon, and not, in that sense, who's delivering it. Thereby, this gives us the opportunity to be able to view, to appreciate the richness you create within your society. And for that, I thank you. Also, for the gift you have given us in allowing us to interact with you in this way, I ask you now, how may I be of service to you? Sharing